We're here in Florence checking out this single family house I just got a lead on. So I'm gonna walk you guys through all the things that I look for when I'm walking a property for the first time. Let's go. Now, as I'm going through the property, I always want to take pictures of everything. Start with exterior photos, get those knocked out, and then we come inside and we want to get photos of all of the rooms. This is what we call a bi-level. That means there's 2 levels. You walk in up, level 1, and then you walk down, level 2. I sold a lot of these houses. Really common in part of Cincinnati called Coleraine, Forest Park, Winton Woods area. You have a lot of bi-levels and tri-levels. So I'm looking around. This house is very clean. Not what I'm used to seeing, to be totally honest. What it looks like from here at this point is a cosmetic renovation, which means I'm not gutting this to the studs. I'm just simply taking old out and putting new in. When I say old, I mean like updating the kitchen, updating the bathrooms. The rest of this though is gonna be paint and flooring. So paint in here, I'm gonna need to repaint the whole house, neutral color. I'm gonna leave all the trim. The windows look like they're in good shape. They're vinyl. They've got nice grids. They go up and down. I'm not replacing these windows. They're fine. I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna replace all the outlets in the house. Outlets and switches are gonna be white. I'm just gonna replace those so they're clean. I'm gonna replace these vents and registers. And I always want to make sure I'm keeping accounts. Like I want to keep accounts of what I need to replace. This screams dated. So I'm going to get rid of this right here. I don't need to have it. What's interesting is like, I expected to come up here in the living room and see the kitchen back here, but this is not how it's laid out. So let's see what we got here. So we got bedrooms are up here on this upper level. Bathroom in here, I'm keeping very simple. I'm taking everything out of this bathroom and I'm putting the same footprint back in. I'm going to keep the tub here. Nice new tile surround, floor to ceiling in here. New toilet, big 48-inch vanity right here, keeping it very, very simple. Bathrooms like this, I budget about $7,500 to do a bathroom like this. Paint and carpet, my budget for a house like this is $4 a foot. So I'll take the paint, I'll take the house square footage. This house is 1,500 square feet, multiply that by 4, and then come up with a $6,000 budget for my paint. And flooring, same way, $4 a foot. So that's the flooring budget. This would probably be the master, and here's what I'm guessing. It's the largest of the 3 bedrooms so far. So this is nice. These doors, I would prime and paint these. These are in really, really good shape. I would not replace those. This house is very clean, guys. Like it's very, very clean. This is one of those renovations that you just get in and out of in a couple of weeks. Like this is all cosmetic. Hardwood's in really good shape. First thing I would do is come in. I won't even refinish this hardwood. What I would do is just do everything else, cover this up, and then I would stage the house. And then I would clean this. I don't think you need to refinish this. I think it's in very decent shape. In here, paint, carpet, new ceiling fan. Ceiling fans for every bedroom. I budget about 125 bucks for a ceiling fan and then another 125 bucks to install one. So 250 for ceiling fans here. This door will need to replace. I'm not gonna try to Bondo that. And do door hardware. Here, I'm gonna swap this out. I'll get something off Amazon. I'll get some nice lever handles. They're about 15 bucks a piece. Install on this, on the handles like these, are $8 to $10 per handle whenever you're swapping these out. Man, this is so clean. I just can't get over how nice this is. But it is very strange. You walk up, living room, bedroom. So down here is gonna leave our kitchen. Ooh, this is where it smells funny. So let's start in here. So we walk down. We got another living room area, which is nice. Got the kitchen down here, which I don't hate the kitchen. One thing I'm a little weary on though, is this paneling right here. You can see that discoloration. There's something telling me that there's probably, by the smell of this house, it's damp. So there's water intrusion somewhere. So I want a budget to put a waterproofing system in here. I want it professionally waterproofed by a professional company that is transferable and has a warranty. So my buddy Sammy's got a foundation company and they do waterproofing all day like this. A house this size, I'd budget about 6,500 bucks with a professional company to come and waterproof the whole thing. So I would get all this cleared out, and before I did any kind of work in here, I'd waterproof it. You'll get some people that will skip waterproofing or try to do it themselves or this and that. You know, it is something you can do yourself. I plan on selling this house if I did buy it. And I want the homeowner to know it's a transferable warranty by a professional. And water intrusion is something that is not forgiving. If I come in here and spend money investing in this house, and then water gets in this basement, or water gets in this kitchen, this living area, I don't want to redo all the work. Spend the money to have the professional do it. If you can't fit it in your budget, then you're not buying it low enough. So always keep in mind, you want a professional to do something like waterproofing. You don't want to guess. Water is not forgiving. It will destroy all your work. It is not worth saving a little bit of money and trying to do the water stuff yourself. So after it's waterproofed, I'm gonna come in here, a wonderful first-time home buyer kitchen. I can get this kitchen done for between $10,000 and $15,000 with appliances. I'm talking white soft close cabinets, coarse countertops, stainless steel appliances, just everything. Make it look really, really beautiful. I have an amazing kitchen here that'll help sell this house. And then back here, living rooms. Down here, I'm gonna get rid of all this paneling, and I'm already gonna get rid of it because I'm going to waterproof the house. So I'm not gonna come back with paneling, so I'm just going to bring new drywall up everywhere. Just keep it really, really simple. I'll eliminate this closet because I don't think we need a closet that big in this living room. And then let's look over here. We got half bath. All right, I like to see that there. We got the utility room. Water heater here is gas. You can tell it's a gas water heater by two things: the gas line running to it, and then also it being vented. So a couple signs so you can tell when it's a gas water heater. This is a 40-gallon tank. It's a little, I'm not gonna say it's small, but the thing is, because this house has one bathroom. Now we're gonna go back upstairs. I wanna see if I can add another bathroom somewhere to increase that value and foresee appreciation. And when I do that, I'm gonna come back with a 50-gallon water tank. So this heater right here, I'm gonna budget for the A.O. Smith from Lowe's or Home Depot, picking up a 50-gallon electric, and I'll go back electric because it's already vented and it's done. I'll budget for something like this, about $850, $900 for the material parts and everything. And then for the install, I'll budget another $600. So about $1,500 labor material to swap this out. This furnace right here, I am gonna have my HVAC person come out and we're gonna service it. And we're gonna make sure it works. And I'm gonna have him give me the final verdict. I'm not gonna swap this out unless he tells me it's completely shot. What I'm gonna do is leave this as a bargaining chip. I'll budget to replace it. I'll budget $4,500 to replace this furnace, but I'm not gonna do it. And if it comes up during the sale process, we'll replace it. Maybe if it comes up, we'll negotiate. I'll give him a home warranty. But this is something I'm aware is definitely older, but I'm gonna wait and see if it comes up during the inspections if I need to replace it. But I'm gonna defer to the expert and let them tell me how to handle that because I'm not the expert. So that's mechanicals. We got laundry in here. Half bath like this, budget $2,000 to swap it all out. And that's a cosmetic surface out. New toilet, I'll spend about $400 toilet and install. Vanity, I'll spend about $600 vanity and install. And that's a 24-inch vanity. I can get a nice one off Lowe's or Home Depot for about $300. And then another budget about $300 to set it, get it installed. It's more than enough. I'm gonna do a nice mirror off Amazon. Those are about $80. And then I'll do a vanity light. Now, one thing I noticed, it looks like it's lit in here. Yeah, look at that. So there's already electric right here. So I'll get a backlit mirror, which kind of just, it just looks more high-end. I like it. I have a couple at my house. They look really nice. Something a little bit nicer. And then this is the garage. Super clean, super easy. Gray floors, white walls in the garage. I keep it simple. The panel here, it's a massive panel, but that's okay. I'd rather have it big than too small. So this is 150 amps coming into this house. More than enough room for everything they need. It was inspected in 07. So I'm not gonna mess with the electric. I'm just gonna kind of leave it the way it is and let it ride because there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not just trying to do stuff.
Looks like it got toasted.
It does look a little toasted. I'm pretty sure an asset manager took over this house and they would have turned it off if there was an issue. So I don't know what that smut is from, but we'll have a professional licensed electrician come out and look at it and give us his final answer. So down here, we've got living room, kitchen, half bath, mechanicals, garage, and we'll go outside here in a second and walk around. So I just want to think, like, I've got 3 bedrooms, 1 bath upstairs. This is a good first-time home buyer market. This is a very nice neighborhood. I'm like, how can I push the value? Is there a way to add an ensuite? So like, let's just go upstairs and take a look real fast. If you look at this whole neighborhood, it's all single-family houses that are pretty nice. Is the zoning down here is probably gonna be a little more difficult to turn it into that, just because they're typically more difficult in established single-family districts like this. But that doesn't mean you can't buy this and have the bottom unit be an ADU, and then you redo this layout, and then you put a kitchen up here, you do something. So you could definitely have it still zoned as single family, but multi-flow the property for sure. So I didn't bring my tape measure with me, which is shame on me. But I see this whole space right here as this bathroom is very big. Let's like rough measure this out. So these tiles are each 12 inches. So if I start back here, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I got 2 3-inch pieces, 6 feet, plus another 3 feet, 9 feet this way. And I go 1, 2, 6, 8 feet this way. So it's not quite big enough. But what I could do, essentially, if I can squeeze 5 foot right here, because I can shrink this vanity. Earlier we said 48-inch vanity. Well, if I went 24-inch vanity, toilet right here, and then if I can get 5 pieces this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I could take this entire thing right here. I'm done. This doesn't belong to this bathroom anymore. So I'm framing this in, and this bathroom goes 5 foot tub, toilet, 24-inch vanity. This would be a full bathroom because I can do a tub right here. So I can go do a tub against this back wall, eliminate this window, toilet, and vanity. Now I have this extra space here, okay? So guess what we're gonna do? This is framed in, and look at what we have next to it is this bigger closet. So what we're gonna do is demo all of this out, and we're gonna mirror that other bathroom. So on this side, we're gonna do a stand-up shower. We're not gonna do a tub. We're not gonna do anything too elaborate just because it's still first-time home buyer price point. This house is worth $300, $350 when it's all fixed up. I don't need a spa-like finish. I will have spa-like finishes, but I don't need that spa-like space. So we'll get rid of this. All this will be gone. We'll go stand-up shower, vanity, toilet, or we'll flip it, we'll see. But either way, I know that we have enough room now to do this, because even if this room was only from here to here, it's still plenty big enough. And then I can do something nice with the closet and put a closet somewhere right around here, and then we can stage it with a nice big bed. So I'm pretty positive add that bathroom. So earlier I mentioned, hey, our bathrooms, we spend about $7,000 on a bathroom. Well, I'll still spend the same $7,000 on this new bathroom, but one thing I have to account for is the new plumbing fixtures. So my plumber is gonna charge me about $1,000 per new toilet, per new vanity, and per new bathtub that he installs. So I'm gonna add an extra $3,000 to that $7,000 budget. It ended up being about an extra 10 grand to put this in, which I'm fine with, because that's gonna lower my days on market. It's gonna increase my value. It's gonna appeal to more people having that ensuite. So it's an expense I'm definitely fine with doing. So all in all, in this property, I mean, I see a renovation budget, updating everything. And again, I need to put it pen to paper, but just my rough thing off the top of my head, I'm thinking all day I can get this house done for about $50,000. About $50,000 renovate this whole thing. It got offered to me for $190, put 50 into it, it'd be $240, plus another 15 for carrying costs, soft costs, borrowing the money, all of those kind of costs there. So that puts us at $255. So if I sell it for $300, it's about a $45,000 profit. Now, is it worth it? This house is further away than the other Kentucky houses I have. So it's definitely further. Is it for sure worth $300,000? Well, that's what somebody told me. What they tell you a house is worth and what it needs, always verify, because they're almost always wrong. It's super subjective, right? When I tell you I could put 50 in this house, somebody else might be like, dude, I can get that done for 30. Or dude, I can get that done for 90. Like, always verify your numbers, because your numbers are specific to you and where you're at. So is this a deal I'm interested in? Possibly. I would like to push my other projects a little bit further along. Now, I think it's a deal, but I need to verify the comps, and then I'm gonna sit down and put the numbers pen to paper. But that's just on the inside, kind of what I see here. But let's go outside, because now, you know, we're thinking forcing appreciation, and we talked about adding that. I'm gonna update these rails with something more modern. Again, I'm not touching the flooring. I'm just gonna cover it. I'm gonna paint everything else. I'm gonna stage it, and this flooring, it will look very nice when it's all said and done. It'll tie in with everything. But everything down here, I am gonna have to touch flooring wise on that lower level. All right. Let's go back here. So my budget in there was about 50,000, but let's look out here. The windows are all in good shape. Brick looks like it's in good shape. It's a poured foundation, which means they didn't use like cinder blocks, but it's a poured foundation, which is what I like to see. I'm still gonna get it professionally waterproofed. And like I said earlier, I'm gonna budget about 6,500 bucks for that. Back here's the pool. So pools are not selling features in Ohio, guys. They're liabilities. And I don't care what anybody says. Every time I see a pool, I always budget to get rid of it. In this case, the person that's offered it to me, they're gonna have the pool completely removed and graded. So I don't have to worry about that. But pools in Ohio are not selling features. I just want to get rid of them. It's very specific whether or not somebody wants to take care of a pool and maintain it. So AC looks like it's in good shape, so I'm not worried about that. I'll put a fresh coat of paint on everything here, on all the vinyl siding. And the roof was a newer 3D dimensional shingles, so it's not bad. So there's really not a lot of work out here, as long as this actually is graded and perfect. And that's one of those things, like, I'll put that in my agreement, like, hey, I just need to make sure before closing, backyard is graded and flat, seeded and strawed.
What's graded?
There's dirt put in the pool, and it's just like nice and smooth. Like, there's a smooth like grade, there's a smooth level to it, basically. If you want to know how you two rack up your Home Depot bill, it's rent a backhoe and never return it. So I don't know how long that thing's been sitting in the graveyard. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm super confident this is a house I can get done for $50,000. I can keep this really clean, really cosmetic, very, very straightforward, very easy house. We just got to verify the comps. So stay tuned and we'll see how it goes. So here's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna take you guys to my computer. I'm gonna pull comps and show you what I believe the value is based on recent sales in this neighborhood. I'll meet you there.